Hey, what's going on, guys? Izzo here, and I'm bringing you guys another episode of Going Pro. I have a really cool topic to talk about. It's much requested, and I think it'll help you guys out a lot. And I'll go ahead and get into that in a second. But the gameplay you guys are watching, I'm not actually watching gameplay as I'm speaking, but I know you guys are going to be seeing an 88 kill ground war domination game playing solo. And I end up I was using the VSAT, the dogs, and the swarm, and I end up dying like right after I get my VSAT multiple times during that game. So it could have been a crazy score, but I absolutely blew it on some of those streaks, and I couldn't capitalize and get the big streaks. I ended up getting 88 kills, and I only got one set of dogs and swarm. So you guys can watch that and watch me fail off some streaks. If this commentary goes too long, I'll have to throw on some other clips as well, but I'm not sure what those are going to be. So nevertheless, I hope you guys do enjoy that in the background. We'll go ahead and get into the topic, and as I said, it's a really good topic, and I think it'll help you guys out a lot. And we're going to be talking about how to improve your accuracy. Now these tips are based around Black Ops 2. These tips will help you for other games as well, but I'm going to be using Black Ops 2 as like the base game because sensitivities are different in that. The attachments I'm going to be talking about will be Black Ops 2 related, even though a lot of these tips will help you out in other Call of Duty games as well. So we'll start things off right here with sensitivity. Now sensitivity is really crucial to your accuracy. Now sensitivity is, you know, how fast you move the right stick, like how fast you're going to spin around and stuff like that by moving the right stick. Now when you watch all these accuracy tutorials and you ask people, you know, what sensitivity do you use, they always just tell you, you know, use whatever sensitivity is comfortable. It doesn't really matter. Whatever's comfortable to you, that's the best sensitivity. And you know, that can be true. You always want to use a sensitivity that you're comfortable with, but I'm just going to tell you straight up that lower sensitivities are better than higher sensitivities. Now right now I'm using a 6 sensitivity, but throughout Black Ops 2 I've mainly been on a 7, and I've also played on a 5 quite a bit. A 7 feels really good for like how mobile I am and stuff, but I feel a little bit shaky with my aim sometimes, especially from long distance when I'm on 7, and especially on days where my shot might not be completely on. And then when I'm on 5, my shot feels really solid, but I don't feel like I can move around quite as quickly as I want to. So I'm on a 6 right now. That's what I play on. But I'm going to tell you that lower sensitivities are better. Now stay in that range of around 5 to 8. I would say you definitely don't want to go higher than an 8. Even when you're sniping, I recommend not going higher than an 8. You can go down to a 4 sensitivity if you want to, but that's kind of questionable. You're getting kind of down there in the really low range. That can work as well. So I'd say anywhere between 4 and 8. 4 is a little bit low, 8 is a little bit high. So 5 through 7 is what I definitely recommend. And again, if you're not comfortable with any of those, I recommend that you try it out. If you still don't like it and you just can't get used to it, just go to whatever sensitivity you're comfortable with. The next thing we're going to be talking about is aim assist. And when you watch these accuracy tutorials and stuff, people kind of overlook aim assist a little bit. And this is something that is an automatic setting. It's automatically on, I think. And if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically where if your aim is in like the general vicinity of one of like an enemy, it's kind of hard to explain. It like brings your crosshairs to the enemy a little bit, and it like snaps onto them a tiny bit. It's not like auto aim, but it kind of helps you out in locating where the people are and getting your aim on target. Now definitely play with this on. The only person that I can think of that I know that doesn't use aim assist and is still a super good player is Insomulus. If you guys don't know who he is, he posts really crazy games. He's kind of an exception though. He plays on 14 sensitivity and he uses no aim assist, and he's still crazy good. He has super good accuracy and everything, but that's kind of an exception. But I definitely recommend using one of those lower sensitivities and playing with aim assist. It can mess you up sometimes if you're rushing, because your aim will be snapping onto people even if you don't want to technically aim at them. If you get into a large group of people, sometimes auto aim can mess you up, but I definitely recommend using it 100% of the time. Onto the attachments that are going to help you guys out with accuracy. Now any type of optic sight will help. A red dot, an EOTech, an ACOG, a target finder, even anything like that is going to help out with your accuracy, but I definitely recommend just a red dot or an EOTech. Those are the most clear in my opinion. The target finder, that's just really newbie to use, and it's really not even good on any weapons except for light machine guns in my opinion. Sometimes assault rifles, but really just stay away from the target finder. The EOTech, if you're considering using that, because that's a pretty good optic, it's a little bit too bulky for me. I just like the red dot the best. but the EOTech actually reduces recoil on your weapon by I think 1%, so it's nothing really too much that you're going to be able to tell a difference, but that is something that you can take into consideration. You know, if you're thinking about, you know, using a red dot or an EOTech, you can take into consideration that the EOTech does reduce your recoil a little bit. As far as the reticles on those, I recommend just using the default ones pretty much. Those are normally the best ones. Even on some weapons you don't need red dot sights. Like for example, the AN94 in my opinion has really good iron sights, so you don't really need the red dot sight, but it's always going to help you out. No matter how good of an iron sight a gun has, a red dot is always going to make it better. It's just going to make it that much clearer, and it will help you with your accuracy. So if you have an extra attachment spot to spare, I recommend trying out a red dot sight if you want to be really accurate. On to some other attachments. The adjustable stock is something I use on all my weapons except for submachine guns. That's going to help you out a lot with accuracy, and I'm going to talk about aiming a little bit more in this video, and how adjustable stock is going to help you with that. The quick draw handle is going to help out a ton as well. Snapping onto enemies faster, just getting your sights up a lot faster. That's a really good attachment to use. And then also grip. Now grip is kind of, people don't really understand how the foregrip actually works. Now when you look at it in game, if you put grip on your weapon, it looks like it increases the accuracy of the weapon a ton, and it really doesn't reduce the flat out recoil. If you were to just take a weapon, put grip on it, and just spray and not even burst fire any, it wouldn't really affect it too much. It doesn't really have any effect on recoil, but what it does is it actually makes your weapon center faster. So if you're shooting and shooting and shooting and then you stop, it's going to get back to the center a lot faster than it would without grip. So it's still really good for burst firing, but it's not going to help you out in full auto situations, but that can help you out a ton with accuracy. And that's pretty much it for the attachments. Laser sights and stuff, I recommend just aiming down sight if you're trying to be as accurate as possible, but if you are going to be hip firing, the laser sight's obviously going to help you a ton. And we'll move on to some in-game tactics that you can use. I realize this commentary is going kind of long, so bear with me as I get into the I guess meat and potatoes, I guess you could say, of this commentary, because the in-game tactics are definitely going to help you guys out a lot. Number one, aim down sight as much as you possibly can. Pre-aim, especially around corners. Make sure you have your sights up. That'll help you win gunfights a lot better, and it'll also help you get on target a lot faster since your sights are already going to be up. That's where quick draw and stock really comes in handy when you're aiming down sight, and keeping your aim, down sight so you can move around faster with stock. That's why stock really helps out a lot. Next thing I'm going to talk about is focus on keeping your targets inside of the crosshairs. The crosshairs that I'm talking about are like the 4 little dots on your screen that kind of widen and get narrower as you move around and stuff. Try to keep the enemy within that little area. Focus on keeping them in the middle of your screen, and that'll help you stay on target a little bit better. It's kind of a mental thing, but it will help you out a lot. Next thing is try to aim a little bit more with the left stick than you do with the right stick. And I know the right stick is made, that's for looking up and down and side to side and stuff like that, and the left stick is for moving forward, backward, side to side, stuff like that. And what I say by aim a little bit more with the left stick, I mean strafe side to side when you aim. That's where stock comes in handy a lot as well. And use the right stick for more finer adjustments. Don't like stop and just be whipping around the right stick everywhere trying to hit people, because your accuracy will suffer if you do that. So try to aim a little bit more with the left stick and just use the right stick for finer adjustments. The next thing is burst fire from long range. That's where grip really comes in handy when it's going to center really quickly. And also select fire will change fully automatic weapons into burst fire. I wouldn't really recommend that. I just recommend manually burst firing. It's just a lot better, and select fires is a little bit of a waste of an attachment. Next thing is focus more on the game that's happening in front of you than your mini-map. Don't focus completely on your mini-map, because that is going to help you, that's going to make you lose more gunfights, because you're not focused on right what's in front of you, and you're not going to be able to, snap onto people quickly and not react quite as fast if you're just staring at the mini-map the whole time. Even if you have a VSAT, just use that for guidance, but don't shoot people off of the VSAT, if you know what I mean. Just focus on what's in front of you, and that'll help your accuracy as well. And a few more tips that I can give you, and this is going to kind of wrap up the video because I know it is going pretty long right now. We're closing in on around 10 minutes. But play combat training to warm up. Just go into custom games, play bots. You can go into online combat training. That's not going to count for anything. and just focus on all these tips that I just gave you, and just try to train your accuracy before you go into public games. You can do it in public games. It's not really that big of a deal, but if you do want to practice against really weak players like bots and stuff, you can just train your aiming by playing custom games. And the final thing that I'm going to talk about is FPS Control Freaks. Now personally, I don't use these right now, but I have used them in the past. I'm thinking about switching back to them. But basically what they are is they're little control stick extenders. You put them on your right thumbstick. You can put them on the left too, but the right is really all that matters. And it just extends it a little bit, so it gives you a greater range of motion. It can really help out your accuracy a lot, but it can also, you know, some people kind of like them, some people don't. It's all really personal preference, but they're pretty cheap, so I can you know, recommend that you guys can try those out if you want to. I think you can get a set for like $8-9 or something, which might sound kind of expensive, but in the long run, if you do enjoy them, it will help you out quite a bit. So I know a lot of people do use those, and they're pretty popular, and they definitely do work. But right now I'm not using them currently, but thinking about switching back to them. So that's pretty much it for this really long commentary. I know it's really long, but it will help you guys out a lot. I wanted to cover this because I have a lot of good tips on improving your accuracy, and I want you guys to, you know, be as accurate as you possibly can. So if you guys did enjoy the video, if these tips are going to help you out, or if they already have helped you out, then drop a like on the video, subscribe for more videos, and look forward to more soon. Talk to you guys later.